Overflows.
Discovering innerness and freedom. The more you are a person, the more free you will be. The more you are a thing, the less free. The furniture in your room is not free. If you leave the room locked and you come after many years, the furniture will be in the same place, in the same way. It will not arrange itself in any new way. It will simply gather dust because it has no freedom. But if you leave a man in a room, you will not find him the same, not even the next day, not even the next moment. You cannot find the same man again because life is a flow. Sex between a lover and beloved is most sacred, pure, nectarine, and innocent flow of energy. This is important. It is flow of energy. Something that you have never understood, that it is a flow of energy. It cannot be made public, although from time to time masters have spoken on the generalized version of such experience. You are born with bioenergy or life force. It is existential. Sex is a form of this fundamental life force and energy. You are born with existential bioenergy, and sex is a form of this fundamental life force and energy. Certainly, it is not merely a physical act. Certainly, sex is not a mere physical act. Sex is a natural, powerful energy that can be channeled and transformed, even leading to spiritual experiences. For this, you have to challenge traditional views of sex, traditional understanding of sex, emphasize its potential for both destruction and liberation. Understanding its depth can lead to freedom from its grip and explore its creative instincts. Sex is like a nuclear energy. Therefore, it is prelude to transformation from within that manifests inner beauty in the outer realm. Both nucleus and nuclear energy is multifaceted, often drawing parallels between the physical phenomena of atomic energy and the potential for inner transformation. Nucleus is a source of immense power, both in the physical and metaphysical sense. In physics, the nucleus is the core of an atom that holds together protons and neutrons for inner explosion. A transformation of consciousness similar to the release of energy when an atom splits. A source of clean energy. When energy flowing out of you is clean and flowing out of the nucleus within, it can create a revolution and transformation in human life. Remember, the scientific understanding of the nucleus as the core of an atom. It holds enormous potential energy. Let each one of us see this as a parallel to potential within each individual for a profound inner transformation. Just as nuclear fusion releases tremendous energy, inner transformation can also involve a kind of explosion of consciousness. It is the explosion of consciousness. Just as nuclear fusion releases tremendous energy, inner transformation, when the energy flows and it explodes, it can involve a kind of explosion of consciousness, a release of energy from within. It leads to transformation ultimately. Remember the duality of nuclear energy, its destructive potential and its destructive potential in weapons, destruction, and its constructive potential in providing energy for electricity, creativity, etc. Human mind is capable of creating nuclear weapons. Also, it has the capacity to harness nuclear energy for positive purposes. Transformation of human consciousness reflects the flow of energy beyond duality and in creative purposes. Such is the importance of transforming the mind, the very instrument that experiences joy and sorrow. Rather than focusing solely on external material accumulation, inner transformation is potent, far more potent form of energy than any external power, just as atomic explosion is a force of nature. Human tendency is to accumulate material possessions, but it does not lead to lasting happiness. However, true fulfillment comes from inner transformation and the release of one's inherent potential, comparing it to the power of an atomic explosion. Let us use the concept of the nucleus and nuclear energy as a powerful metaphor for the potential for both destruction and transformation, both in the external world and within the human consciousness. Explore the power within and harness it for positive change rather than focusing solely on external power and material possessions. Sex is the most fundamental yet important aspect of life energy. Sex is the most fundamental yet important aspect of life energy. It is the very source of existence. Certainly, it is not just about physical reproduction, but a potent force that can be experienced on many levels. As compared to ego, which seeks control, with sex, which is inherently uncontrollable, ego attempts to dominate sex. Such efforts are futile and lead to inner conflict. As against ego, sex is deeply rooted in our beings. Sex energy can be transformed and channeled upward. Potentially, it leads to higher states of consciousness as the sex energy, the form of existential bioenergy that we know as sex, can be transformed and channeled upward potentially to lead to a higher state of consciousness. Through awareness and meditation, one can transcend the limitations of sex and experience a deeper and more fulfilling state. One can transcend the limitations of sex and experience a cleaner, more fulfilling state. Sex, while natural, is not the ultimate goal. One should be encouraged to explore the depths of sexuality so that potentially this energy can move beyond it, leading to the experience of love, compassion, and even spiritual awakening. Remember, I repeat it again, sex, while natural, is not the ultimate goal. Yes, indeed, sex is not the ultimate goal. One should be encouraged to explore the depth of sexuality so that potentially this energy can move beyond any limitations, leading to experience of love, compassion, and even spiritual awakening. Love, prayer, compassion, and sex are different forms of this existential energy. This explains the process of the movement of this energy. Efforts need to be Efforts need to transform love into prayer, and that the experience of love can lead to deeper spiritual experiences. It is proposed that when love and prayer are joined together, they can help elevate the sexual energy, potentially leading to a state of bliss and enlightenment. When love and prayer are joined together as harmony, as oneness, they can help elevate the sexual energy, potentially leading to a state of bliss and enlightenment. This does not mean condemnation of sex. Instead, it suggests that understanding its nature and potential for transformation can lead to freedom from its grip and bondages. This does not mean the condemnation of sex. Instead, it suggests that understanding its nature and the potential for transformation can lead to the freedom from its grip and bondage. Certainly, one can become free from sex, can experience a greater sense of bliss and availability for meditation and other spiritual practices. Certainly, with this, one can become free from sex, can experience a greater sense of bliss and availability for meditation and other spiritual practices. Enough for now, but the process continues.